Hi Natalie, so I've got two versions to show you, C5 and C6. This is C5 and it uses all stock parts. So this is the 16mm Elfa stock melamine board. It has a chipboard core. It's prone to moisture damage, sort of prone to just getting chipped and knocked about, and over a 600mm span, which that is, this, you know, if there's significant loads put on that, shoes fine, no problem. I would say 5-10 kilograms, 10 kilograms, that's going to start to bow. 20 kilograms in the middle of that might even break. This chipboard core melamine, it's just not a great product. I personally try and avoid using it. What else can I tell you about this assembly? So on C5 and C6 I've dealt with the left hand bay differently, so you can choose between the two. Now regardless of what I'm showing here, you know, two dresses, one of these could be a coat, one of them could be a dress. That is 1.3 meters, that is 1.5 meters from the hanging drop. That suit, which is my standard sort of measure for a decent sized bay, is 1.1 meter. This shirt is 0.85 meters, I think, maybe nearer 90. Yes, if you look at that bay there, you can see that the suit is just touching the floor, and you can comfortably get two shirts into that double hanging, certainly on that bay, and I've shown how the hangers can be staggered there. Okay, so let's go back to the chimney breast area. I've used a 600mm span dead center, which nicely passes round the electrical fittings to do with the TV. I've shown you, I'm just going to get rid of the room for a minute. I've shown you 300mm deep baskets and some basket shelves, that product I was telling you about, which is good for sportswear and stuff like that. This translucent end piece, that can also be fitted into the middle here, to sort of subdivide that shelf. We've got baskets here. Now something else, I realised that I could get adjacent gliding components in here, so rather than just fill that up with shelves, I've put more baskets in there, a 600 and a 450 wide. So there's choices for you to make there. You need to choose between the C5 bay I've shown and the C6 bay I've shown. Let's move on to C6. So this is with all of the sort of weaker 16mm chipboard stock melamine removed, and all replaced with an 18mm moisture resistant white faced and edged board. It's a very robust product. I've used a lot of them in the last few years. That's a bespoke size, you can have any size you want, but the way I've divided this design up, I'm going to get rid of, no, I'm not going to get rid of the room because we need to look at it. Let's go to a section view, that'll do. So what I've done here to make these bays work quite nicely, I've passed one bay right down the edge of this socket and between those two, and I do believe that will be possible in reality, given how I measured it yesterday. If we ride over one edge of this or one edge of that, it's not going to matter too much, as long as you can get to the fittings and cables and things. What that allows me to do is have a standard 45 bay here, here and here. These two bays are equal split of a non-standard product. So what this means is we've got a lot more metalwork on this chimney breast. Now that's going to give us significantly more load bearing. Even these 45s really aren't going to flex. That's a good strong shelf we've got there. Totally different product, moisture resistant MDF, not 16mm chipboard. I've shown a few of the basket shelves there. As I say, good for sportswear, hats, gloves. This dividing piece can be fitted along there as well. We've got the 30mm deep baskets in the 45 configuration there, and I've shown, so again, to repeat, this is a different configuration of the left hand bay, showing double hanging and only 2 baskets there. So you've got your dresses and you've got double hanging. On the previous one, C5, you had dresses and probably coats here, so you didn't have the double hanging in this bay. That's the only difference. Okay, let's go back to C6. Is there anything more I need to tell you about that? Yes, I'll be sending you prices for these. That bay on both designs is double hanging. What you've got here is significant load bearing. This design will last. I could pretty much guarantee all of that for as long as you needed me to, for life. As long as I'm still alive, that's guaranteed. Right, let's do some pictures, do some prices. I'll speak to you soon.